Okay, so I'm going to talk about the three different types of perspectives. I'm going to talk about how they influence our reality and why they all have value. People particularly like to focus on one or two as either good or bad. But what I have learned in my years in life is that there is no good or bad technically. There's either enough, which is what we should all desire, too much, which is bad, not enough, which is bad. So only good or bad in the world is either too much, not enough. And the only good in the world is enough. As my sports nutritionist professor used to say, more than enough is not better than enough. And obviously we know not enough is not better than enough. Okay? So let's get started. First, I want to talk to you about pessimism. Pessimism tends to get a very negative, uh, outlook or opinion. People think pessimism is a bad thing. Pessimism is associated with negative emotions, such as the shadow. I won't go into depth about the shadow or anything like that, but just understand that negative emotions are there to protect us. So the value from pessimism is for protection. Now, a pessimistic outlook is an outlook that views the glass as half full. Half empty. Half empty, okay? And what this basically means is in every situation, they are looking to see what could go wrong. In fact, they might assume that everything is going to go wrong in the extreme case. But pessimism basically seeks to protect you from harm, protect you from failure by trying to predict all the different factors that could contribute to a loss. Um, so many people think that that's wrong because pessimism can create a barrier of fear. It can make you afraid to take action. It can cripple you. It can even depress you and, create what psychology sometimes calls learned helplessness, where you believe that you're unable to do even the simplest things because you are consumed by your fear and your negative emotions. Obviously, if pessimism is imbalanced, whereas either too much or not enough, it can be a bad thing. Now, pessimism is used in the planning stage. If you've ever been in the military, they have a thing called risk management. Uh, that's basically you try to figure out all the things that could go wrong, and you create a plan of action to mitigate those factors from uh, disrupting the mission. So pessimism does have value. It's your ability to analyze your environment, analyze your situation, analyze yourself, and figure out all the different factors that are in play that could prevent you from reaching your objective. Okay, but obviously, too much it can paralyze you, and not enough, well, you won't take the proper precautions. So that is pessimism. Pessimism is very important in the planning stage of any attempt to achieve an objective. Okay, so the next one is optimism. Now, many people love to praise optimism. They think optimism is the greatest thing. Many people point to optimism as the source of all those that succeed. They're not wrong. Every great achievement, every great achievement, whether it's a small achievement or a big achievement, every achievement that you and I and any human that has lived before us, any human that will live after us has achieved it because of optimism. Optimism is the belief that things are going to work out, whether there is evidence of it or not. Optimism drives you when things are down. It gives you the emotion or the character trait of resilience, which allows you to get through the hard times and make it to the end. Humans overcame slavery in America because of optimism. Humans overcame large voyages on ships throughout the sea as they traveled around the world, dealing with terrible hurricanes and storms on the sea because of optimism. Uh, People have overcome famines and droughts because of optimism. People have overcome civil wars and revolutions. People have changed the entire social structure of their civilization because of optimism. People have overcome issues in relationships because of optimism. People have created great inventions because of optimism. Optimism, you can basically say, is faith or hope. It is a perspective that believes that things are going to work out. Now, people are saying, well, that sounds really great. How could that be a bad thing? Well, if you're not taking the necessary actions to pursue your objective, if you just brazenly go out there and you don't have a plan, and the actions you are taking are not conducive to the goal, well, optimism is not going to help you. As it says in the Bible, faith without works is dead. If you're not taking the proper actions, then your faith doesn't mean anything. You see? So, again, balance. You should be optimistic and you should believe that what you're doing is going to work out, but you need to also make sure that your actions are in alignment with the goal that you are trying to pursue. Okay? And then the last perspective is realism. Now, realism is not a perspective that me or you or anybody can achieve in solitude or by ourselves. No human has the ability to be completely realistic in their perspective because you have a barrier of what is called bias. Now, your biases are based on your belief systems. Those belief systems were given to you at birth. Now, you can change your belief systems over time as you get older, gain more knowledge and consciousness or awareness. You can change your belief systems. But your belief systems are what influence your ability to see reality. Okay? They are the lens through which you view and experience reality along with your senses, touch, sight, hearing, smell, taste, right? This is why humans created science, because science allows us to understand reality outside of our senses. So I might think something is going a certain type of speed because of my ability to see it in motion. But if I test it in a study, I can find out how fast it's actually going. So something might appear to be larger or smaller or stronger or weaker, but then when we test it, we find out what it's actually worth. That's why science was created, because science is an objective tool. But as human beings, we influence reality subjectively. Now, why do I say that we cannot see reality by ourselves? Well, even if you conduct the study is going to be biased by how you prepared the study. So there's going to be limitations of the study. So other people must come behind you, first reproduce the study, but also look for flaws in the study and challenge and modify the study to make it much more accurate to the thing that it is measuring. So over time, people continually, conduct your studies and modify it and critique it and improve it. This is called peer review. Okay, so through tons and tons of peer review and modification and correction and improvement, the study becomes strong enough that it produces the most accurate result that we can find, and that's how we are able to see reality for what it is. So reality, the ability to see reality, is something that no human being can achieve through solitude. They can only achieve it through the collective efforts of those around them who are pursuing the same thing. So these are the three outlooks or perspectives that humans look at when engaging in the world: optimism, realism, pessimism. But realism, what that allows us to do is to understand the truth. It gives us the cold, hard truth. Something that some people cannot handle, but it's how we were able to create technology and do all these amazing things. So there you have it. The value of pessimism, optimism, and realism. Think about those things and have a nice day.